Hi guys! So I thought I would make another video today because I haven't made one in a while due to the fact, as you can tell, I'm still stuck in my office waiting for my room to be finished. That didn't even make any sense. To be done being... It's been kind of hard to make YouTube videos and blog posts and everything, but I thought I would go ahead and make a video today because I was tagged by Catherine from Catherine and Lace to do the Thrifting Tag, and I really enjoy watching these videos, so without further ado, question 1 is, when and why did you start thrifting? Well, I actually started thrifting, I want to say, about a year to a year and a half ago. I had been watching the thrift haul videos online for the longest time, and I thought it was so cool, and I liked how you could find all the different types of clothing, how everything was unique and so cheap because I don't have a lot of money, because I buy my clothes with my own money. So I was like, I need to start doing this, like, where are the thrift stores? And so I went to the closest thrift stores around me and looked around, and at first I was so bad at thrifting. I would come home with clothing that I was just not gonna wear, and it was just bad, but I've learned to get better. And actually, only number 2, who do you usually thrift with? I prefer to thrift alone, like Catherine was saying. I find it to be more productive that way. When I go with friends, we just kind of look around. I never actually buy anything or try things on. Actually, there's one friend that I'll go with every once in a while, my friend Nicole. I've mentioned her on my blog before. She really likes thrifting as well, so when we go, we actually find stuff and try stuff on and buy it, and it's a lot of fun. But besides that, I don't really go thrifting a lot with other people. I've tried it, and I never really find anything. So yeah, that's usually by myself. It's a little sad, but you know. What is the first section you go to at the thrift store? It depends on the thrift store I go to, because certain stores cater to certain needs. Like, if I'm going to the Salvation Army, which I don't go to very often, I definitely go and I'll look at the little plates and teacups. I also like to look at the sweaters and jackets because they have a really big selection there. I don't usually get a lot of dresses or skirts there just because I find them to be a little more dingy. I mean, I still look, but that's only if I have extra time at the end. If I'm going to my favorite thrift store, which is a family-owned one near me, I go directly to the shoes and the records, and then I go to the little boys section because they always have, oh gosh, I have lipstick on my teeth, I'm sorry. I usually go to the little boys section because they always have really great sweaters, and I just have such good luck finding stuff there. Yeah, that's pretty much, I look in every section of the store. You never know what's going to be put where, especially because people don't always put stuff back and they'll just kind of throw it on a random rack, or who knows, maybe you'll fit into the men's extra large sweater and it'll be the perfect thing you're looking for. So you just never... Okay. What type of stuff do you look for at the thrift store? That's like question 3. It really depends on what I'm looking for. I always look for shoes and boots because, as you can tell, I love shoes. I also look for cameras and jewelry, like this necklace I found at the flea market. It's so pretty. So I used to not really wear jewelry, but recently I've been really into jewelry, and I just can't justify spending a lot of money for it. So the thrift store is definitely a really good place to look for that. And artwork. I love looking for artwork in thrift stores. A lot of the time I don't buy any artwork, but I love looking at it because you just find the coolest stuff in there. I've bought a few things, which is what I was just looking up. I have it on my windowsill. My favorite being, I found these 2 twin pictures of boats, and it has the names of the boats, and they're just on like blocks of wood, and they're really cute. They're right up there, but yeah, that's what I look for. What is your favorite thrift store ever? Well, I have been to a lot of thrift stores, and it's really hard to say which one's my favorite because it also depends on the town that I go to. because there's a Goodwill near me, which is not very good. I can never find anything in there. But then there's a Goodwill like 30 minutes from me that I don't think I've ever gone and not left with at least one thing in the store. So it all depends on where I'm going, but if I had to choose one, I'd probably choose the family-owned thrift store, just because I love what they do there. They always have really, really nice stuff, and it's always really well priced, and they're just really nice people. And it's nice to go to a store that you know where the money's going to versus a big corporate chain. So yeah. Then number 6 is, what do you think about people who think thrifting is gross? I think that's their opinion. I have friends who think it's gross. They don't like the idea of wearing pre-owned clothing and shoes, and they always say, oh, you don't know where that's been, but I mean, you wash it and it's yours. You bought it, you paid for it. And I think it's a really good way to recycle clothing, because, you know, if you can find the same thing at a thrift store as a retail store, one, why would you pay more for the one in the retail store? And why buy it brand new and waste resources when you can buy it perfectly fine at the thrift store and have it be almost brand new, but you're still recycling, you're not wasting anything. And a lot of the times thrift stores' money goes to charities and stuff like that, so you're helping out. So I don't know, I personally think thrifting is a really good way to give back to the community and to recycle, and just, it's a good, there aren't very. Number 6, just read number 6. Number 7, a funny or inspiring story about thrifting. Let's see, a couple weeks ago I went to the Salvation Army near me, and I was looking through the coats because they always have so many coats, and I was specifically looking for a trench coat because I really wanted a trench coat. And I found one, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And sometimes I always forget to look at the brand names. I'm just like, oh, this is good, try it on, I like it, I'll buy it. So I brought it home, and I looked at the tag, and it was Marc Jacobs trench coat. I think Marc Jacobs or Michael Kors or something like that. They all sound the same to me. One of those brands, and I looked up the specific trench coat, and brand new, it was worth $250, and the coat was almost, it's great condition. I was ecstatic. I was so happy. I was like, I got it for $12. So I was like, oh my god, I just saved myself $238. Like, this is awesome. And I've been wearing it so much. It's so cute. That's definitely one of my favorite things that I found. I think it's really cool. You can find stuff that's worth so much money for so cheap. And you're like, wow, I could have bought that for full price in the store without even realizing I could find that somewhere else. So that's my inspiring story. Number 8, what is the best tip for people who want to start thrifting? I would say go in with an open mind and a set limit for yourself, and a time limit, so you don't just wander the store for hours. I've done that before, and you feel, if you don't come out with anything, you feel like you've wasted your time. So it's good to set yourself time limit of like 2 hours. I've gone for more than that, but just be like, I'm going to only stay for 2 hours, and if I don't have anything, I don't have anything. I'm not going to buy anything just because I've spent time doing this. And go in with an open mind, you know, look in, like I said earlier, the little boys section. I find sweaters and t-shirts all the time, or go to the men's section. They have really cool button-up t-shirts and graphic tees, and even go, the little girls section kind of pushes it because their clothes are always really small, at least with the little boys, they're a little bit bigger. But who knows, maybe you're really petite and you can fit into there, but don't be afraid to look outside your size limit, or, you know, in different genders or different age groups. Like, be sure to look around because you never know what you'll find. I mean, one of my favorite shirts and sweaters, I've all found them in the little boys section. So you just really, really need to go in and say, I'm not going to constrain myself to this one section. That is, unless, another tip that I have is, don't look for a specific item, like a specific color or anything like that. maybe you want a shirt or something like that, then go in and be like, I'm only gonna look for shirts, and stick to the shirt section, and you'll look at it more deviously and more in depth, and maybe you'll find something that you've been looking for, or maybe two things you've been looking for. So that's my tip for thrifting. Also, set a budget for yourself, because since everything is so cheap, you'll feel more inclined to buy stuff that you don't need or won't wear. So make sure to go, okay, I have $20 to spend, and that's it. And that way you won't feel it as more inclined to impulse buy, I guess. So yeah, those are my thrifting tips. Would you be willing to give up thrifting? It really depends, I guess. I mean, it really depends. If someone were like, okay, if you were to give up thrifting and instead you could get stuff for free from like Urban Outfitters or Free People, maybe I'd give up thrifting, just because you can find similar stuff and that way it's for free. But honestly, I doubt I would. I love thrifting. It's a great way to spend time. I love it as a pastime. I love being able to see all of the different things that people found. I mean, I've looked through old journals before. I love old photographs. I buy old photographs all the time. It's just equating things with a story I love that. I love being able to find things that you know that you'll never be able to see somewhere else, and that you can be like, this has a story behind it. This was someone's before. I wonder what they did with it. I wonder how they found it. I wonder what they were like. So I love that with thrifting. So I don't think I would give up thrifting. It's too cool. It's a really good experience to have. And who's your favorite thrifter on YouTube? That's really hard. I follow a lot of channels who do thrift hauls and outfit of the days and everything like that. But I guess if I had to choose a few, I would probably choose Bunny from Graveyard Girl. I love her videos. They're so entertaining and they're just so much fun to watch, and she just has one of the coolest personalities that I've ever seen. I really like Clothes Encounters. That channel, I just love the channel. The outfits she creates are so cute and so in, I guess. I mean, I'm not always one to follow trends, but I love the outfits she creates, and she finds some really nice stuff at the thrift stores. Those are the two like big ones I can think of. I follow a lot of smaller thrifting channels that I don't know, I love watching thrift hauls. I think they're so much fun. They inspired me to go out thrifting. That's one of the reasons I got into thrifting. But yeah, so that's my thrifting tag video. I tag all of you to go and create a video. Even if you've never made a video before, now's a really good time to start, because it's a lot of fun and it's a really good way to practice your speaking in front of people so you don't feel so afraid to put yourself out there, I guess. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you liked it, subscribe, and if you want to see more, I have a blog. It's called crosswalkvintage.blogspot.com, and I do outfit of the days and DIYs and stuff like that. I will be doing more DIYs on this channel for Christmas, I'm hoping to get a camera rather than a webcam so I can take it other places and film things, and it'll be a lot easier to do that. Yeah, if you like this hairstyle, I don't know how well you can see it. If you like it and you want me to do a tutorial, just ask, because I'll definitely do that. It's very 40s inspired. So yeah, have a great rest of your day. I'll hopefully be making a video sooner. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye!